Hi guys, you're welcome to the Lore Studios. This is another episode of Android programming. We'll be talking about the Android Reside menu using the Android Reside menu library. Navigation menu is an interface that displays applications navigation options on the left side of the screen. To open the navigation menu, the user has to swipe from left to right on the screen or tap on the menu icon in the action bar. Now we can also create custom navigation bar to give a customized look that matches your app's design. So we're going to be integrating the Reside menu library. As well, we'll be creating 4 fragments. The calendar, the home, the profile, and the settings fragments. These are just like different activities, calling from the main activity. So we're going to have the home and we're going to have all these other fragments. I'll be moving straight to Android Studio where I'll be explaining the source files and details. First of all, in the build Gradle module app session, we need to include the dependency com spicy ci reside menu 1.6 plus, that's and above. This dependency is very important. This is where the library is being used or is being called, where we get to use it in the Java classes. I'll be going straight to the layout files where I have the activity main, the calendar XML, the home XML, the profile XML, and the settings XML. The activity main XML is the layout, default layout of the application, where we have a linear layout with the background Android color white. The orientation is vertical, the layout with an height of match parents. We have another linear layout right inside it. This orientation this time is vertical. A frame layout follows with a layout width of fill parents with a button whereby we get to these are the drawable buttons, the title bar menu selector. We have a text view that actually holds a text called Reside menu demo. That's just a demonstration. Another button follows that's we assign an ID to it called the title bar right. This is for the right title bar. The previous one is for the left. This is the one above. And we close our frame layout. We have a view tag where we have the layout with match parent. And we set the background to a color sort of gray. We close the linear layout. Now we have a frame layout, which is the second frame layout. Whereby the ID is the main fragment. Okay, this one is actually holding on to the fragments being created. We close our linear layout. Let's look at the design, the rendering. Okay, this is how it's going to be. We have the left and the right drawer, whereby you click on this is going to actually open up the Reside menu, and the click on the left also will open up the left Reside menu, unlike the drawable. But this is more silkier and is a more refined UI, which you can use in place of a drawer. The calendar XML. Let's quickly look at what the calendar XML is. Okay, this is the rendering library, which is actually going to just show days and months. Now we have the frame layout. The list view is just going to come out in the list view. You can decide to tweak this to something different. You can use it. You can change it to something that fits your app development. There's a list view whereby the layout with the night is match parent. The home.xml now. This is a relative layout whereby the rotation is vertical. The layout with and height are fill parents. The background is white. It has a linear layout right inside it, where we have a graphics of center and also an image view calling from the drawable gesture. We get to look at that. A text follows, whereby we just this is a type a kind of like an explanation that swipe right or left to open menu. You can actually swipe or press the navigation menu at the top and at the left corner. The button follows that says click me to open. We also have a button to actually trigger the drawer or the Reside menu. Now we have the frame layout with an ID called ignored view and another image view, which is calling from the drawable frame. And the text follows, which is holding on to this is an ignored view. You can't use gesture to operate menu here. We'll get to look at all those functionalities later. We have the profile XML, which is actually another XML holding onto the profile fragment created. This is a frame layout, and that's a text view, just a text on a profile. You can improve more on that. And the settings XML, this is actually holding onto the settings fragment. I'll quickly look at the drawables to see the we have the frame PNG. Okay. We have the gesture, which is us the swipe and we have the icon home and some other PNG files there. I'll be moving straight to my Java classes where we'll be talking about the calendar fragment, the home fragment, the main activity, the profile fragment, and the settings fragment. First of all, look at the main activity, which is the launcher activity. The main activity extends app components, implements the view on click listener, where we imported the special Reside menu and the Reside menu item from the Reside menu library dependencies we included. Now we have a set content view to the activity main, and we have a set up menu method. We get to look at this method, which is being called. What is this method actually doing? We're going to attach to current activity. The Reside menu created, the fields created right here. We actually created some fields, the Reside menu, the M context, item home, item profile, calendar, and settings. These are all holding on to different fragments. So we'll be instantiating and be using them appropriately in the main activity. The Reside menu is actually set. We set the background, the menu background, and we attach to activity, and we set the menu listener, passing on the menu listener as the parameter. We're going to create the menu items, whereby you have the item home, we call on the drawable, icon home. The same thing goes for the profile, the calendar, and the settings. Now we set an on-click listener to all these menu items, and we add the menu. We add the menu right to the Reside menu, the item home, the profile, and the calendar. We need to add it to the Reside menu. Those menu created are being added to the Reside menu. That's what that's doing. And you can disable a direction by settings. And we have the Reside menu whereby we set the swipe direction disable, whereby you can disable it. Now we get to find a view by ID, set an on-click listener to this. Reside menu to open up these menus, which is holding on to the direction left and the direction right. We have the dispatch touch event. We have the on-click event, whereby it's going to actually check if the view is item home, gets to the right fragment, called the home fragment. If it's item profile, calls the profile fragment. Just like an intent, but this is quite different. No, this is fragment. So it's just like for each click, call the corresponding fragment. That's what that is handling. Item calendar, called calendar fragment. Settings, called settings fragment. Now you close the menu of the Reside menu. Let's quickly look at those fragments being created. The calendar fragment. This extends fragment. You must extend the fragment, which is the parent class. Now you created two private views: the parent view and the list view. Well, we have the onCreate view based on the flavor, the container, and the save state. So we instantiate the list view, and we have an init view method. What is this view doing? It's actually an array adapter where we get the activity and set the adapter to the list view and set on item click listener to each of those lists. Now what we're going to have in the list is the calendar, just some days, some specific calendar period, whereby we have the New Year's Day, the St. Valentine's Day, Easter Day, blah 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 blah. We have it so long, so you can actually click on them and get the corresponding days or day and months of those particular events. We'll be looking at the profile fragment. This is actually just, you can do more to this, you can add more functionality to this. This is just a blank page, but we only have the calling on the layout profile, which is just really going to show the text profile. Let's look at the settings. The same thing goes for the settings, which is calling the settings.xml, which is just going to show the settings text. We'll get to look at the manifest. Let's see how the manifest looks. It's only a launcher activity we're calling because we're actually using fragments. We are not using activities. You should know the differences between a fragment and activity. You inflate a fragment whereby you create a new activity. That's fine. I'll be uploading the source file to my GitHub account, and I really want you to test this out. I'll be testing it in Android emulators for you to see how the Reside menu actually works. And also, you can also use it in your course of application. Have a smooth working Reside menu drawer, which you can actually replace the drawable, the normal drawer we have in different applications. You can replace it using the Reside menu. Here we go with the application, the Reside menu demo. We have the left drawer and the right. You can also swipe through or click to open menu. You can do that probably when you're using a touch screen or you're actually testing on the device. I'll be clicking on the left to actually see the Reside menu swivel. All right. Can you see the menu is being opened and we can see the fragment at the left where we have the home and the profile. So a click on home is going to change there's a corresponding layout. Let's click on it. Okay, this is to maintain home. Get to get all the fragments to display its corresponding. Let's click on profile. If you notice this changes, this populates a new fragment on this, still on one activity, which is the main activity, but different fragments. Can you notice that the profile has override the previous home fragment? Let's get to look at the right swivel. Here we have the calendar and the settings. I click on the calendar. Now we have different events in the year, the New Year's Day, St. Valentine's Day, Easter Day, and so on. Now we can get to look at all the last fragment, which is the settings. You click on settings, will actually populate another fragment right on this. So you can actually use the Reside menu to tweak up your UI. If you have less functionality, instead of you using the drawer, you can use the Reside menu to change up some things and add some spice to your Android application. Thank you very much for hanging out with me throughout this tutorial. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.